To start off today's episode, we are going to make a system that can be used to make brass. We're going to do this using Tinker's melters, and we're also going to have to then pump those into a basin. So using our mechanical pumps, and change that one around and place that one back down. Pumping both into the basin, and above the basin we will have, we just jump up here a second, we will have our mixer to mix the two metals together, and that can be powered from over here. We might want to, what's the best way of doing this? If we put some ones there, so that's the mixer powered, and then we can also place down some pumps here with some shafts, and going around the other side we can go, and where's the best place to hook this up? So if we hook this up here, we can place down on there, take a belt, and should be able to pump both of those and get out of here somehow. There we go. And then what we can do is we can simply put some copper and some zinc into these, and that needs to go the other way around. And it was mixing up. So we all need to get a full bucket's worth of brass. So I think we're going to need to put in more copper and more zinc. For these we can then place down hoppers and make up an absolute bunch. So we can place down a chest there with a hopper and our casting table on top with our ingot cast. And then we'll be able to have a pump going into that with our smart fluid pipe there. And taking a bucket of molten brass, we can stick that there, and we'll have to deal with that bucket of brass some other way at some point. But we can then power up this, and it should only pull molten brass out of here. And when we reconnect that into there, we should keep getting more brass, because when we have it without the filter set up, it would pull out the zinc and the copper as well. And there we have our ingots being poured into there. Just used a gearbox to provide the power, and we should be getting brass. So we can now, that unlocks all sorts of things, and we can use that to make our brass machines. Having turned some of our brass ingots into brass sheets, we can take that over here to our crafting table, take a brass sheet and any log, and we can make some brass casings. The brass casing with 8 of our precision mechanisms gets us a brass machine. Now, what we're going to use this brass machine for is we're going to combine it with a crafting table to get some mechanical crafters. That's because in our process for making precision mechanisms, we need to turn the pure Certus quartz into Certus quartz seeds to be able to grow more. Now, you can craft them together with, you grind them up and craft them together with sand. Where did I put them? Oh, I now used all of them too, so we're going to have to make up some more seeds anyway. But we can take our Certus quartz, and if we find somewhere just to hook that up to a mechanical crafter, so if we put that there, and we take our wrench to point, just, oh, that's not our wrench, and just point it downwards a second, we can take our Certus quartz crystal, put it in there, that'll craft up, and it will make us 2 seeds, and that way we can get an infinite supply of pure Certus quartz. Taking the extra precision mechanisms that we just got from our quest reward, we can make another brass machine, and if we make at least one more of the, not the andesite, the log, and we can make another brass machine. We can also take one of those, and we will put that in here, and we'll make brass pipe modules. Because what we will also do is make up some brass item pipes. So what these will allow us to do is allow us to automate. So if we put these in here again, we'll be able to automate the extraction and filtering of items in and out of certain things. So we'll be able to filter out nether quartz or quartz for our mechanical crafter and put the seeds back into the growing machine. I have ripped out everything that we had in this area for growing the seeds, and we can now put in our new system. So what I'm going to do is have it go like that, and then have something go down here. And if we place that against the wall, that will work properly. So we're going to have here a barrel, a drawer, always call them barrels. And if we don't have a fully grown seed yet, but once we have a fully grown seed, we can put want it in there. So what will happen is we'll have belts going along here, and this one will pick up any of the quartz before it goes into the basin. So it's basically just the overproduction that goes into the basin. And what we'll have is we'll have that go into a mechanical crafter. So place the mechanical crafter down like that. We're going to take that block away from there, put in a hopper. So the quartz into the quartz seeds, and then we're going to have a, what's it called, a depot. Did I put that away? Yeah, put that away. And we need to put in a hopper below here. And the mechanical crafters again. So go into seeds and then go the seeds onto the depot. And if we just place a gear down there, because that will need to power the mechanical crafter, also gives us a point to place our spout down. We can put spout pipes up here like that. And I just made a new pump as the other one couldn't reach this far over here once we added those extra few blocks. And then once we have got it to that point, we will need to come around the back and put in the belt here. And we need to make sure that this output is filtered, otherwise it will just take the seeds out of there rather than the fully grown crystal. So what we'll have is it coming out, and just dig a hole in our wall here for a second. We'll need to get a fully grown crystal and put it in there so that it only takes out the fully grown one. So we'll leave that like that for the moment. And we can take at least one seed, the seed that's almost already grown. And now we just need to hook it up with some power. And that's all been connected up now. So we can take our fully grown crystal and apply it to the filter. So we can just hover over that box and right click and then change it so that it's pulling it out. And we'll also want to quickly take away this hopper and put it, oh, and the hopper ended up in there. Put in the Certus quartz crystal, lock it so that that's the only thing that can ever go in there. And we can put the hopper back in. And if we put that on there, it should end up going round the full circuit and be picked up, crafted into a seed, and put into there, and the extra seed can just go in there. If you have the mechanical crafter going straight into the depot, it ejects the extras, which is obviously not what we want. So that will now backlog. Didn't mean to do that. And we can put in the extra seeds, and that will continue to backlog forever until this is full. I guess this hopper is full, and we can fill that in. So we get one stack of seeds in there as well. But until this backlogs, well, it will backlog, and then everything that it produces after that will go straight to the production of rose quartz. So that's the other thing we can do now. We can take our shafts and just place that down properly. Going here, we can also take our brass funnels. These are just made the same with the brass machine in the cutter. It just seemed easier than the pipes in this situation. Take our belt, go across from there, place that down there, and we want to only extract rose quartz from in there. So we can throw that into there, and it should pull out, and that will automatically then turn into an electron tube. This means that the only things that are not automatic on this production tree now is putting the electron tubes into the processors, the production of iron, and the charging of our Certus quartz. Those are things that we'll address later on though. But for now, we're going to look at improving our kinetic mechanism setup. So I've moved this forward a little bit and changed out our chests for drawers, and we've got a drawer full of slabs because we're not going to set up automation of our tree farm to over here just yet. But what we are going to do is take our algal bricks and our andesite from downstairs, and we are going to hook them up to a mixer basin. And what we're going to do is we're going to place that, I think, up here, and with the mixer on top. Oh, and we're actually inside the basin, and the mechanical mixer on top. And then what we can do is we can take our mechanical pipe or brass item pipes and our extraction module, and we can go over here and place those down, and the extraction module, and have that filtered to andesite alloy. That means that any of the algal bricks or the andesite blocks in here will not be drawn out by here, and only andesite alloy will be. And that will go into these two. And then we need to put a saw in the last one, which I think the old one, the saw broke. So we'll be dealing with that in a second as well. So what we need to do is break these blocks here, and we need to take off from that line up down there and bring up our andesite. So placing a chest down there, we can place a brass funnel on the side of that, and we need to snag a piece of the andesite cobblestone and set that as the filter, and then it should only pick up the andesite cobblestone. You see if next piece goes by, not picking up all the others, and it picks up the andesite one, and then we can just put a regular andesite funnel on this side, as it doesn't need to be filtered. We can then just hook up some movement, and it will go all the way up into the basin. And there we have it, and just need to place a funnel on there, and it will go in, and we've got the two stairs, so you can almost not even see down through it there, which is nice and seamless. And we've got our andesite going into there and not being pulled out by our pipes. So the only other thing that we need to do now is hook up the mechanical mixer and get our algal bricks up, and I think we're going to go around that way. We now have our algal bricks coming along here and going in and getting mixed up, and should be going into the hands. There they are, and that will fill up first hand by the looks of it, and then fill up the second hand, but that's fine. So we'll be producing plenty of this, as it's producing constantly. Yep, andesite's coming in fast enough, the bricks are coming in fast enough. This thing's already running at 320 SU, which is much faster than that one, and it is being completely backlogged by that. So we now got it working with the belt going as well, and we've got andesite in these first two deployers, and all the excess andesite alloy is going into this drawer here. Obviously, once that fills up and these remain full, this will just backlog and stop, though currently we are actually limited on the algal bricks production due to not having enough clay. So the only thing that you need is a saw. However, that will keep up using durability on the saw. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a diamond saw, and then if we go into here, we can see that we can get an enchanted, completely unbreakable saw, but to reduce the maintenance in the assembly of kinetic mechanisms. Now, to get gold, we can go to the market, and then we can submit 64 silver 5 times from our inventory, and then we have 5 gold, and we can go back up here and submit the diamond saw and submit the 5 gold and get our special enchanted saw, and that goes in there, and then we can start lots of production of the kinetic mechanisms. It's going really nice and fast. These are each using 320, so they're going all really fast, and we've still got enough stress units. I honestly thought we'd run out. That is a very automated setup for our kinetic mechanisms. It's almost produced half a stack already, and in the time setting the other one up, our other system has backlogged nicely, and we have got a full stack in there, full stack in our drawer, and the rest has been going into the basin and becoming polished rose quartz, and that has also then backlogged to the point that we have no more iron left in our spout here. Got 19 electron tubes, but that is all we have time for today, everyone. I thank you all for watching. Hit that like button if you have enjoyed today's episode, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.